Hello everybody in BookTube land, welcome back to the channel, Reading Ideas. I put this as a comment on a couple of BookTubers channels and it seemed to go down quite well, so I'll share this little tale here. This goes back to me retraining as a secondary school maths teacher. I did a business studies degree and had a few years in industry, and I had the idea of retraining, being a secondary school maths teacher. So I got a place and was there with I'm already laughing. You shouldn't laugh at your own jokes, but I've always found that a bit strange. They say it's don't laugh at your own jokes. There's times when I can't help myself. It'd be strange, wouldn't it, to be just randomly talking and everybody burst out laughing, or hang on a second, I'll come up with something that I think is going to be funny, but I shall be the only one not laughing. Anyway, at that little aside, so I hope this Shaggy Dog story is going to be worth it by the end. So I turned up at St Martin's College in Lancaster to retrain as a maths teacher, and along with a very I was one of them, a motley crew of looking people, looking to enjoy a year of studying before getting launched into the unsuspecting teenage pupils' worlds, to try and get them to learn maths. And it's a small group, probably about 15, 16 people, I think, at the start. It soon whittled down. And we were doing the induction. And as part of the induction, we were going to be, I'm trying not to smile now, we were going to be shown around the college library. So we all turned up at the appointed hour. We were weighing each other up still. The friendships hadn't been made yet or broken or whatever. So we're all there. What's going on here, and we were going to be shown around the library by a very serious, very small, very wizened little old lady librarian, and she was very pleased with the library, and very, very, very serious, very dry, and was showing us around. And we're following around, thinking, is this gonna take an hour? It's just, there's the books, A B C D, crack on. There's a photocopier. It was all a bit like that. And anyway, so this little old lady librarian was showing us around. We're all getting new to each other. There's kind of that atmosphere of the unknown. When you go somewhere new or you get a new job, the first few days it's kind of like, like so intense, isn't it? You're taking in everybody's names, where everything is. So we're all at that stage, and then just when it's that kind of like your adrenaline's dropping, and it's kind of like a little bit like being in church or whatever. And she turned around and she'd been very dry, and then she said in all seriousness, this most important thing, and she said, the books in the library are put on the shelves following the bliss system. So it's like, well, bliss system, what's this? And then she said, are you familiar with bliss? And these, like, there was like an intake of breath. This is your last chance to be a student, and this dry little librarian has just said, are you familiar with bliss? And everybody's like, and this quiet guy who looked a bit like Meekan, is it from Dan Dare, but tall. Nobody had heard sport before. Just his head came over the top of everybody else from the back, and in this Welsh voice said, "Well, life's been a bit hard for me recently." Cue spluttering. I don't know why, but every so often I'll rethink that, and it's tickled me ever since. There's got to be funnier things out there, but the bliss system. Yeah, well, yeah, she didn't quite have a sense of humour about it. And, these scruffy looking students trying their very best not to snigger, but it was a great icebreaker. Are you familiar with bliss? Happy reading, everybody.